as it pertained to being a father and my own son. I remember Sherri was actually at my house, and Sherri was talking about certain things and things that I would have to worry about when my son Jackson got older, and he was only 4 years old, and Sherri looked at me as if, okay, you're not going to be with him his whole life. You're not going to be with him when he gets pulled over doing nothing wrong. You're not going to be with him when he gets stopped by a police officer somewhere out of your house when you're not there. And they're not going to ask him, who is your father? What color is your father? What does your father do for a living? And you explain, and literally it was almost like, my whole mindset changed on a dime, because what could I say? You were spot on. And man, that changed my perspective on life in many ways that day, and stays with me. So thank you for that. I wish none of us had to worry about that, or any parent in America should never have to.
I think that we're in an environment or a community where our kids are, where there are Black people who would embrace helping, because we have such a big community that are white parents raising Black children. And my thing is, why wouldn't you reach out? A girlfriend of mine called me and now on Saturday and was like, okay, like, I feel embarrassed, a white girlfriend of ours. I feel embarrassed. What can I do? What can I do? And I said, well, the first thing is to acknowledge, you called and acknowledged that you want to do something.
One point to that, you talked about you wouldn't be there. One thing I think people forget sometimes is your presence won't be enough. Your power, your popularity, it won't change the situation, because your privilege does not transfer. If your son is 25, 30 years of racist environment like that, you will then be helpless as well, and your privilege will not transfer.
Yeah.
And what you can do, though, Drew, is use your privilege to not only support Jackson, but to support the other children of color in his midst, in your midst. So you raise your voice, like now you have this show. So that's definitely one way. Voting certainly is another way. And really calling people who look like you, calling other white people to task on, what have you done? Who do you associate with? How have you educated yourself? Who have you spoken with? And so you get to use your privilege on behalf of your Black children. And that's really what we need.